the 2025 Minnesota Vikings, there's a lot of things that the Vikings had to address going into the 2025 season. Now, you know, 2020 after the 2024 season, they had a really good year. Um, Especially Kevin O'Connell was, coach of the year. He resurrected Sam Darnold. I'm like, that's pretty impressive. Like he resurrected Sam Darnold, and they were a real good team. They had some hopes of JJ McCarthy, but he was injured unfortunately. So they had Sam Darnold as a backup, but he started the games and ultimately kind of they lost to they lost to the Rams, which also meant that they don't have to pay Sam Darnold a contract. So going into the 2025 season, they had to address a lot of issues that really you're looking at it, and also they have a young quarterback that's going to be starting in 2025 with JJ McCarthy. Who are you going to start? Sam Darnold as your Sam Howell as your quarterback for next year? Yeah, good luck with that, guys, in the NFC North next year. But yeah, JJ McCarthy, if he stays fit, knock on wood, he's going to be your starting quarterback. So you need weapons around him. One thing I did like is they focused on the on that offensive line protecting the quarterback. Now, with the Vikings strategy the last couple of years, especially under this new front office, is that they have been getting some draft capital, capitalizing on the draft space and moving up and getting more cap space, which is obviously what you need. But going here in the first round, they got a first round pick, 24th overall, Donovan Jackson, guard from Ohio State. Now I've seen him on tape. He was really impressive. I was really impressed with his tape. A big, strong fucking guy that can just manhandle the defense and really kind of have be a good protector for the court for especially JJ McCarthy. Now they traded up the second round pick and the third round picks to Jacksonville and Houston. And then the fourth round pick, which their other third round pick, yeah, they had they got Tai Felton, wide receiver from Maryland, which I thought was a good addition. I've seen him. I think he's going to be a good weapon on that on that offense for JJ McCarthy, a position they needed to work on and address. They get from Maryland. And then they traded away their fourth round pick, 126 overall, to Jacksonville again. Then they had they got a fifth round pick. In the fifth round, 139th pick, they drafted Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, defensive tackle from Georgia. So again, they're focusing on that defensive side of the ball, which again is an area that they have to address. And then one guy I was impressed with, I think he was a late pick. He was a late sixth round pick, seventh round pick. Was Kobe King. Kobe King, he's a linebacker from Penn State. Again, he was really impressive. I think he's a lot of people. I think he's going to catch a lot of people by surprise. I think he's going to be a really good steal for the Vikings. I think again, going to be what I like though about this approach from the Vikings. They made a lot of trades. I'm like, I understand making some trades, but they made quite a lot of trades in positions that maybe you could have done a bit more, I think, in the draft. But the last pick they had was 7th overall, 202nd pick is Gavin Bartholomew. Yeah, Gavin Bartholomew, tight end from Pittsburgh. Again, he's a good weapon to have. I don't know if he's going to be a starter, but he's a good hand to have if somebody gets injured. But again, you're looking at this Vikings roster, and let's see what JJ McCarthy can do in his rookie year. I know it's his second year overall, but his rookie year because he was injured last year. You've got again a good head coach in Kevin O'Connell, a good system there in Minnesota, a GM that knows what he's doing. But I think, to me, I understand their draft approach to Vikings, that they're gain some draft some cap space as well by trading away these picks, but you know they could have. I think they could have done a lot more, especially in the NFC East, the NFC North, when you're going against the Lions, and which I was impressed with our draft. If you go back to a video I did about the Lions, the Packers, jeez, but the Packers had a better draft than us. The Bears, I don't know why I'm saying it, Bears. It wasn't. They had a decent draft as well, the Bears. And then you look at the Vikings. Did they kind of sit back a bit here? They addressed the issues that they needed to, traded away the places that they wanted to trade away, but I always feel like they could have done a bit more. But I do like what they have with Justin Jefferson. They also have they have Jordan Anderson. They have a lot of solid additions on this team that you can see and become a playoff contending team for 2025, and hopefully maybe go past the wild card round and hopefully get into like a divisional round or a championship game. But overall, the aim of the game was for this draft is to get weapons around both sides of the ball, defense and offense, especially protection for JJ McCarthy. Absolutely was the main game here, and defensively, where I think last year they struggled a lot of time they struggled with different schemes with, you know, especially when it came to playoff time. But ultimately, decent draft. I'll probably name 6 out of 10 maybe, 6, 7 out of 10. I don't know. It wasn't the worst. But again, you look at the other teams in this division that have done, especially the Packers and the Bears, who have done better than the Vikings and especially the Lions. It's like, you know, should have done a bit more. Free agency, you've done okay in free agency, I guess. So, yeah. But yeah, give me your best thoughts.